Hello and welcome. You're watching BW Auto World. I am Utkarsh Agarwal. Now at the Auto Expo 2023, I am joined by Vivek Srivatsa, Head of Marketing, Sales and Service Strategy at Tata Passenger Electric Mobility. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, Utkarsh.
So please tell us, Tata has unveiled 14 electric vehicles and almost electric vehicles, not just electric vehicles, 14 vehicles, including all the commercial vehicles and the passenger vehicles. So what's the strategy all behind this?
See, the theme of the Auto Expo this year, Utkarsh, is moving India forward towards safer, towards smarter and greener future, I would say. Obviously, Tata Motors has been moving the country forward for many, many years now, many decades. But this year is very special because firstly, safety has been one of our priorities. We make the safest car in the country for quite a long time now. And after we push safety, the entire industry started talking about safety. Similarly, around safety, we have a lot of showcases. Our cars, we have many demonstrators where 6 airbags have been introduced in our cars. And all our cars will be ready with these 6 airbag regulation well ahead of what the government timelines are. Similarly, in terms of smarter mobility, it's about how software is going to make cars safer and easier for customers to drive. So some of our cars have been endowed with advanced driver assist system software, which is going to make cars more safer and much easier to drive over longer distances in the future. The third pillar is greener, which is probably the most important one. The entire world today, carbon emissions, pollution, sustainability is a big word, right? And Tata Motors is firmly taking steps towards that. Yesterday you saw our chairman make an announcement that the Tata Group will be net zero by 2045. And Tata Passenger Vehicles has made a commitment that we'll be net zero by 2040. So clearly a roadmap is set towards a greener future. Zero emissions is the future. So talking about zero emissions, electric vehicles are a big tool in terms of moving towards a zero emission future. Currently, automobile industry, it contributes more than 18% of carbon dioxide emissions in the world. And if automotive industry moves towards e-mobility faster, these emissions will be reduced. So that's really the background. And on the back of that, we have launched several EVs. We have launched alternate fuels with CNG, which also has much lower emissions. We've upgraded our engines to TGDI engines, which are more gasoline direct injection engines, which are more powerful, at the same time emit much lower emissions. So overall, it's a clear push towards a greener, more sustainable future.
Talking about the passenger vehicles, specifically about the Curve, Sierra, and Harrier EV and Avinia. So some of them are the production ready, some are the concept vehicles yet.
Yeah.
So going ahead in the year, what's the strategy and plan? What cars will we see first? And what?
Yeah. See, Avinia is the only concept vehicle. Rest all are production intent actually. So what you see is almost it will come. In terms of timelines, the Curve ICE, which is on display, will be launched in 2024. But before the petrol version, you will have the EV version launched again in 2024. The Avinia will be launched late 2025. The Sierra EV also will be launched late 2025. And the Harrier EV will be launched in 2024. Yeah.
So also here at the Auto Expo, we're seeing so many companies are building alternate fuel vehicles. So this Tata planning some
what vehicle? Sorry,
alternate fuel for ethanol, hydrogen.
Yeah. So currently we have launched the CNG version. We had a good disruption with the dual CNG, dual cylinder option, where our cars are CNG enabled without losing the boot space, which is a big disruption. Today, whenever you go to a CNG vehicle, option, the entire boot space is taken up by the additional CNG tank. But we have packaged the tank below the car's body, and so customers can go for alternate fuel without losing their boot space. So that's a firm step. I think this will become very, very popular, where we call it no compromise CNG. So that is alternate fuel as far as CNG is concerned. On our commercial vehicles, obviously you have seen hydrogen, but not so in passenger vehicles. But on the other side, we have upgraded our gasoline engines, with TGDI, gasoline direct injection engines, the emission levels dramatically come down. So that's our solution for the customers.
Okay, so Tata being one of the industry leaders in the space, how do you see the future? The future lies with electric mobility, with hydrogen fuels or hybrid?
See, every single manufacturer at Auto Expo has unveiled electric. In fact, I think electric vehicle unveils are outnumber, ICE engine unveils this Auto Expo. That's a clear sign that the future is definitely electric. It's only a matter of time before further adoption happens.
Also, in some time, government will be unveiling or presenting the budget in coming few days. So, what are the Tata Motors expectations from the budget?
I think the current softeners for EVs in terms of tax, road tax reduction, GST reduction are very important. Government should continue to do that to encourage adoption of EVs. At the state government level, some subsidies are continuing. So I'll urge state government to spark the demand using subsidies. Of course, it's not a long-term or a sustainable thing, but there are certain states where subsidies motivate initial customers to go for EVs, and then after that, customers see the benefit and the market continues. So these are the large things, but we understand that state government subsidies are not sustainable, but we expect government to continue the support on GST and road tax. A strong push towards charging infrastructure from the government will help a lot, allowing fast local development of chargers, a much greener electricity generation plan, moving towards more greener energy sources will be useful as well.
So at this event, like we're standing here almost after 3 years due to some pandemic situation, but the same situation can arise again in the future. So how prepared are we to not have the similar situation again?
Much better prepared now, I think. After we have seen, pandemic was one of event where for the first time we were experiencing a lot of such situations. But now I think both at an individual level, at organization level, at government level, preparation is much better both mentally and in terms of processes. So it shouldn't worry us too much.
In terms of supply chain also?
Supply chain also, I think companies have realized that a lot of options need to be open and agile working would be required. So I think even if disruptions happen, companies are in a much better situation to tackle them.
Thank you so much for speaking.
Thank you.